Imagine this for a second. You wake up tomorrow and realize that most of your daily actions are not actually choices. The way you check your phone, the way you eat, the way you react to stress, even the way you think, they're habits running quietly in the background, shaping your life without asking for permission. And here's the uncomfortable truth most people never face. Your habits are not neutral. They're either building the man you want to become, or slowly turning you into someone you never planned to be. Every single day, you repeat dozens of small behaviors without thinking. You brush your teeth the same way. You unlock your phone the same way. You scroll, you react, you delay, you rush. And because these actions feel normal, you never question them. But psychology tells us something powerful. What feels normal is often just what you've practiced the most. It's not what's best for you, it's just what's familiar. Before we go any deeper, if content like this helps you understand yourself better and build real inner control, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel. Silent discipline is all about mastering the mind, habits, and behavior that most people ignore. Subscribing now means you don't miss the next insight that could genuinely change how you live. Now let's talk about why everyday habits are so powerful. The human brain is designed to save energy. Thinking deeply all the time would burn us out. So your brain creates shortcuts. These shortcuts are habits. Once a habit is formed, your brain runs it automatically to conserve effort. That's why you can drive to work and barely remember the journey, or why you reach for your phone the moment you feel bored. It's not lack of willpower, it's automation. Here's where it gets dangerous. Most habits are formed emotionally, not logically. No, you don't start checking your phone every 5 minutes because it's a smart decision. You start because it gives you a small hit of comfort, distraction, or validation. Your brain links relief with the action. Over time, the habit becomes the solution your mind reaches for whenever discomfort appears. Think about how you react to stress. Some men shut down, some get angry, some escape into entertainment. These reactions didn't come from nowhere. They were trained through repetition. At some point, your brain learned this behavior reduces discomfort fastest. And once that link is formed, logic takes a back seat. One of the most overlooked habits is how you start your morning. Psychology shows that the first hour after waking sets the emotional tone for the entire day. If the first thing you do is grab your phone, your brain immediately enters reaction mode. Messages, news, notifications, you're no longer leading the day, but you're responding to it. It's cool. Over time, this trains your mind to stay reactive, distracted, and slightly anxious, without you realizing why. Another powerful habit is self-talk. The words you silently repeat every day shape your identity more than motivation ever will. If your internal voice is always rushed, critical, or negative, your brain accepts that as truth. It's not because it's accurate, but because it's repeated. Psychology calls this cognitive reinforcement. The mind believes what it hears most often, especially when it comes from itself. This is why two men can live the same life, but experience it completely differently. One feels constantly behind, stressed, and inadequate. The other feels calm, focused, and in control. The difference is not luck. It's the habits of thought they practice daily. Let's talk about the habit of distraction. Modern life has trained men to avoid silence. The moment there's nothing to do, we fill the space. Music, videos, scrolling, background noise. But silence is where awareness grows. When you remove distraction, uncomfortable thoughts surface. Doubt, fear, regret. Most people run from that, but psychologically, avoiding silence keeps you disconnected from yourself. Men who build discipline do something different. They don't eliminate discomfort. They reduce their fear of it. By sitting with boredom, silence, or mild stress, they retrain the brain. The mind learns, I don't need to escape this. That alone increases emotional control. Another everyday habit that shapes behavior is how you eat. Not what you eat, but how you eat. Fast, distracted eating trains impatience. Eating while scrolling teaches your brain to seek stimulation constantly. Over time, this spills into other areas of life. Work feels boring, conversations feel dull, focus becomes harder. It's all connected. Your environment also plays a massive role. Psychology shows that behavior is more influenced by surroundings than motivation. If your room is messy, your mind feels cluttered. If your phone is always within reach, distraction wins. Men often blame themselves for lack of discipline when in reality their environment is working against them. That's why changing habits is not about forcing willpower. It's about removing friction from good behaviors and adding friction to bad ones. Make the right action easier. Make the wrong action harder. That's how the brain naturally adapts. Think about the habit of postponing things. Saying I'll do it later seems harmless. But psychologically, it trains your brain to associate relief with delay. Every time you postpone, your mind feels temporary comfort. Over time, delay becomes the default response to responsibility, not because you're lazy, but because your brain learned that avoidance feels good in the short term. This is why small actions matter. When you do the thing you said you would do, even when it's minor, you build self-trust. Your brain starts to associate action with relief instead of avoidance. That shift changes everything. At Silent Discipline, we often talk about quiet control, not motivation, not hype, control. And control is built through boring, repeated habits no one sees. The way you breathe when you're irritated, the way you pause before reacting, the way you finish what you start, even when no one is watching. Another habit most men ignore is how they handle failure. Some immediately distract themselves. Some joke it away. Some blame others. These are habits too, and they prevent growth. Psychology shows that reflection, not punishment, leads to improvement. Men who ask, "What actually happened here?" instead of "Why am I like this?" develop resilience instead of shame. Your brain is always adapting. Whatever you repeat, it strengthens. Whatever you avoid, it weakens. There is no neutral ground. Even doing nothing is training your mind in a direction. Let's talk about the habit of comparison. Scrolling through other people's lives trains dissatisfaction. Your brain starts measuring your progress against highlights, not reality. Over time, this creates a constant sense of being behind. The solution isn't confidence, it's awareness. Limiting exposure to comparison removes the trigger entirely. The strongest men aren't the loudest or the most aggressive. They're the most regulated. They don't react instantly. They don't chase stimulation constantly. They don't let emotions decide their actions. And that level of control is built quietly, through everyday habits repeated over years. If this message is hitting something inside you, I want you to share this video with someone who needs it. Most men never hear this perspective, and it can genuinely change how someone sees their own behavior. As we get closer to the end, here's the most important idea to remember. You don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your habits. Motivation fades. Discipline stays only if it's automated through routine. Start small. Change one habit, one reaction, one pattern. Let your brain experience success through consistency, not intensity. That's how identity changes. And now I want to hear from you. In the comments, write one everyday habit you've realized is controlling you more than it should. It's becoming aware of it is the first step to taking control. Read other comments too. You'll realize you're not alone in this. If you found value here, make sure you like the video, subscribe to Silent Discipline, and share it with someone who's trying to build real self-control in a distracted world. And your habits are shaping you right now. The only question is, are they shaping the man you actually want to become?